Hey guys, what's up? This is WarPigmtg, and this is my contest entry for CMunster80 giveaway. You can check out his channel and please subscribe to him, or check out my channel. So the first card that I made for the contest was Blitzen the Lightning Reindeer, and the story behind this is Blitzen in German means lightning, so that's why it's lightning, and common card that's associated with red is shock, especially in standard, so that's why he kind of gives the sliver effect to all other reindeer. The next card in the deck is Blizzard. It's just pretty standard, just to get rid of some creatures for 2 turns basically. Next card is Christmas Tree, and it just pretty much gives everyone some good effects. Cupid the Loving Reindeer, he's loving, so he gives everyone +1/+1. Donner the Pure Reindeer, I made a bunch of reindeer. They're legendary creatures. He's pure, so I gave him protection from black, and basically all the reindeers can fetch another reindeer, and they give the effect that they have to all the other reindeers. This is a Dreidel. I put the Dreidel in because it's part of Jewish tradition on Hanukkah. So the interesting thing behind this is that the Dreidel has 4 sides, and in my effects you have to roll a 6-sided die, so 2 of the effects basically do nothing, but basically I tried to mirror the effects of the actual game. The next card we have here is called Festive Transaction, and it's an enchantment, and basically you could donate life to another player. The next card is Fruitcake. I put a little bit of humor in this one. It's for 4 mana, a 1/7. It's got a lot of toughness because Fruitcake tends to be kind of tough. And its creature is a shapeshifter, and it does have Death Touch. The next card is Holiday Feast, and it's a sorcery, and it costs 1 of each Christmas color. And each player bets a number and then continues to do so until someone stops, and then everyone draws that many cards as the last number bet, and they have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. And I kind of did that, made this card to mirror the feeling people get when they are just done eating a holiday dinner, when they're so full and their hand is full of cards. The next card is called Last Minute Gift, and it costs 2 red and a white, and 2 players exchange hands. All cards in hand. The next card, there are 2 of them. They're latkes, and these are also festive Jewish food that Jewish people eat on Hanukkah. I'm Jewish, and I made this card to mirror the Fruitcake. The Fruitcake's a 1/7 Death Touch. There's a 7/1 Trample, because the latkes, they're very powerful, but they'll fall apart. Next I have a Menorah, and the only way you can play it is to suspend 8, and there are 8 nights of Hanukkah, and you have to sacrifice it, and you get some really good effects on turn 8. Next we have one of our lands. It's a legendary Snowman, and you can tap to either add 1 mana to your mana pool, add 1 red, green, or white to your mana pool. If you cast a spell that contains at least 2 of these colors, or you can tap 3 snow mana and tap target creature, and it doesn't untap and gets next untap step. I like to include snow mana in this set because it's basically snow, the holidays. I'm running 4 of these lands in the deck. Here I have Reindeer, just a basic reindeer card, 1 snow mana, 1 green or white. It's flying, and it's a 1/2. I'm running 3 of these in the deck. Here we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and he costs a little bit of snow mana. He has flying lifelink. He gives all other reindeer lifelink, and you can tap him and pay 3, just like all other reindeers that I made, and you can tutor for another reindeer. and there are 2 of these cards in the deck. Here we have the one and only Planeswalker in the deck. It's Santa Claus himself, cost 4, comes on with 4 loyalty counters. And I basically tried to make, when making this card, tried to make effects that benefit all players to kind of show the giving of Santa Claus. His ultimate is gain control of 5 permanents, which is pretty amazing. His +1 is each player draws 2 cards. His -3 is search your deck for a card and put that card onto the battlefield and shuffle your library, and each opponent may draw a card. So that's also Santa Claus still doing a little bit of good to your opponent until you take control of all of his permanents. Next we have a legendary creature, Santa the Gift Keeper. He doesn't obey the Planeswalker uniqueness rule. He has the legendary creature rule. So you can have Santa the Gift Keeper and the Santa Planeswalker on the battlefield at the same time. So he's a legendary creature. He can't be countered. He has flying, flash, haste, hexproof, shadow. The reason I gave him flash was because I don't know, I thought it would be pretty cool to have a flash Santa. Haste because he's fast on his sleigh, flying because he's on his sleigh with a flying reindeer. Lifelink because that's pretty much a good ability. Hexproof because he's pretty much untouchable. In real life, some people don't see him. No one sees Santa. So that's kind of trying to mirror that. I gave him Shadow, so because creatures won't be able to block him. Trying to mirror once again in real life, people don't see Santa. Protection from creatures, and if he would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Santa and shuffle him back into his owner's library. And the reason I did that was because no matter how old people are, Santa's never forgotten. And some people always believe in Santa Claus, so he always comes back into your deck no matter what. And there are 1 of those in the deck, and there's also 1 Planeswalker in the deck. Here we have Santa's Abode. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, or add 2 mana of any color to your mana pool. Activate this ability if you control 2 or more multicolored or snow permanents. There are 4 of these lands in the deck. The reason I put these was because my mana seemed pretty broken in this deck with all the multicolors, so I had to put in a land that would make a bunch of colors that you needed. Next, I thought that it would be funny to make Santa's Elves Santa's Spies. So it's a 0/1 and it's unblockable and hexproof, and basically you look at your opponent's hand, or you can make an opponent discard a card and then they draw 2. Next we have Santa's Judgement. This is funny because green usually has no removal whatsoever when it comes to creatures. And I tried to put Santa's Judgment in here to mirror Santa's Nice and Naughty list. So when you target an opponent's creature, you have to flip a coin and call the outcome. And if you call it correctly, you can exile that creature. And that's a nifty tool for green players because they don't have any anti-creature. Here's Santa's Retreat. Add 1 mana to your mana pool, and if you control a Santa's Village and a Santa's Workshop, add 3 to your mana pool instead. And this I made kind of to make fun of the Urza uncommon lands a couple of sets ago. And Magic veterans would like this. There are 2 Santa's Workshops, 1 of each of the others though. Here I have an enchantment I made. It is called Snowstorm. It costs 1 snow mana and 1 white mana, and all permanents enter the battlefield tapped. And this is an enchantment, so pretty much for the rest of the game, unless your opponent has anti-enchantment cards, permanents will be entering tapped to kind of mimic a snowstorm. Here we've got a Snowman, and he costs nothing but snow mana. And it's a 5/6 trample and has some funny flavor text. There are 2 of those in the deck. And finally we have Snow Fortress, which enters the battlefield tapped and is an uncommon dual land. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for my part 2, which I will be showing a deck tech of my FNM deck. And please subscribe to me and CMunster, and happy holidays.